Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show. Now, have you noticed that everybody makes that New Year's resolution, and for the first couple of weeks, you can't get into the gym because there is every treadmill is filled, and then by the end of January, then it's a ghost town. So my next guest, Marzia Prince, she's a health and fitness expert. If you Google her, you will see her pictures all over the place. She is a international award-winning fitness expert, more than 12 years of experience. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Of course. Well, why is it that we can't keep our goals?
You know what? I feel like in this this day and age, so much information, everyone's like ADD. So there's always the next fad diet or the next cool workout, and then they do it temporarily and they get results, and then they get bored of it or it's not sustainable, and then they quit. And they're like, what's the next best thing? So they keep going to the next, And no one is consistent. So what I learned in my 12 years, consistency is key.
Wow.
Always.
What's your story? How did you start?
Well, before I was the healthanista, I was the unhealthiest person on the planet.
Really?
Yeah, so I have the comparison. So I grew up in a negative environment, and that led to negative relationships, negative friendships. I didn't have good self-worth. And it wasn't until I was going to nursing school that I had a health and fitness class that we had to take for prerequisites. And I got into weight training, and then I got into nutrition. And at the end of my 4 years, I thought, I don't want to become a nurse. And my husband noticed my passion before I did. He was like, I didn't see you as a nurse anyways. He was like, I saw you as someone in health and fitness. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. So I started going down that path. And when I started rehabbing myself, started working out every day, started eating clean, I just felt better all around. And then I started changing all my friends. And then it was just like I had this whole new life where I had positivity. So I always say, take your mess and make it your message. And then you can always take a negative and turn it into a positive.
Well, what I like about your advice is it seems very common sense. It doesn't seem too extreme. And I think sometimes you have extreme diets and they work for about a week and then people can't stay on them. So how did you come up with your approach to health and fitness?
Okay, so I was the queen of fad diets in the beginning. So yes, I'm like the old school. Or I did lean cuisines, and then I did the next boot camp. But what I learned is the same thing I would like everybody else. It was like I was on this yo-yo diet and then this yo-yo workout train. Like I'll work out for a couple months and then I won't work out for 3 or 4 months. So what I noticed if I stay consistent, it was just basically being consistent. Do consistency of what you love and then what you like to eat. Because I don't believe there's a one-size-fits-all workout program or one-size-fits-all nutrition plan, or we would have the answer already, right? We would all be healthy and fit.
Right.
But since we don't, we got to find out, personally what we like to do. So maybe you like to run. I like to lift weights. So when you find that passion, then get into it. And then, there's times where I would weight training for 5 years and I hated it.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, I got to find something new. So you have to look for something new to re-inspire you, because just as humans, we all evolve.
To change it up.
Yeah, always change it up.
That's
yes.
great. That's great. So how do you stay motivated? I mean, when people look to you for motivation, do you ever find yourself unmotivated?
Oh, of course, all the time. I think that's human nature, yes. You know what? I like to listen to people that are motivational, leaders, say like Tony Robbins. I listened to him this morning.
Oh, he's
so
great.
Different people I like listen to and are reading books just to get inspired for my day, and it sets the tone for my day. And then I also schedule my workouts in. I pre-plan my meals. I look at my work week and see what I have ahead. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to plan snacks. I got to prepare for this. I got to prepare for that. So I make the conscious effort, because if I don't, then I'm on that train of, I need to go through a fast food restaurant. I need to do this. I need to just grab something fast because I'm hangry.
Right.
So you just have to you have to consciously make an effort.
Marzia Prince is my guest. Her website is thehealthanista.com. And just in the last few weeks, you've been all over the place. You've been on radio stations. You were on national television. Tell us about your career. Where do you see this going?
I was a trainer in the gym and a nutritionist for 12 years. And, I just kind of evolved from there. I wanted something more. So right now I'm currently writing a book and just sharing what I've learned over, the past 12 years. I feel like I needed to train all these people to get that experience. So now I could say I'm an expert in this field.
Absolutely.
But my journey is, more talking, more public speaking, educating people. just on a different level versus the one-on-one. So I'm actually enjoying it.
That's great. And you still do train people? So if somebody's listening...
I do actually train people online now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I have these online challenge groups, and then everyone has a different workout, a different nutrition plan. We get in this group, and then we motivate each other through the journey. It could be like a 30-day challenge, and we do them in small little increments so people stay motivated versus, a year challenge or 90 days.
And I love it that you have so much on YouTube right now. If you go out to YouTube and you put in Marzia Prince, you'll see dozens and dozens of videos, and I think people really get a feel for your heart.
Well, thank you. I love it. I love what I do, and I love showing people that you can do it no matter what. And when people have a negative experience, I'm like, take that and channel it, make it positive. Because there's always beauty in the negative. You always can learn something from it.
Right. How do you feel about, the celebrity diets? Because there's so many out there. And, some are good and some are bad.
Sure.
How do you feel about the magazines that shout, I lost 50 pounds in 5 weeks?
I'd say the health and fitness industry, obviously, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, right? And they know they can prey on people's weakness, and I hate that. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, it's eating whole foods that are unprocessed and get moving. But they have these celebrities that do this fancy marketing and do this exercise. And you know what? They could work temporarily for a little bit, right, but it doesn't give you long-term results. And they can sell that workout or that nutrition plan, package it, make millions of dollars off of it. And it's unfortunate that some celebrities, they're not educated in nutrition or working out, so they wouldn't know. They would think it works temporary too. They're like, oh, okay, this is great for right now. But they don't know that they're selling it to all these people that want to be just like them.
My daughter wants to jump in. Sarah, do you have a question?
I do. Okay, so for our audience that's driving in the car right now thinking, yes, if I could walk away with 1 or 2 tips to get back in the gym, or is it health, or where do we start? Is it an all or nothing? Give us some tips that we can walk away from today.
No, definitely all or nothing. My advice is start with whole, unprocessed foods. If you can start deleting the refined foods and the alcohol and the bad sugars and stuff like that, like cookies, that will make your body work more efficiently. And then second, just get active. Find something that you like to do. It really is the basic stuff. Unprocessed food, be active, get some sleep because that affects your hormones, and then drink some water. If you do that consistently, you're going to have great results.
So for the next step of audience that is currently doing that, is it every day in the gym? What do we need to do to step it up a notch?
I wouldn't say every day in the gym, but as long as you're doing something that's pretty intense, because your body does get used to it after a while. So you want to make sure it's, if you're doing running, make sure you maybe do sprints, change it up. So if you're currently doing something you've always done, then change it up.
Do your muscles kind of get used to the same thing and you're not seeing results?
For sure. You got to trick your mind.
What about cheat days? Because I've heard some people say if you are just lusting for a certain kind of food or a slice of pizza or something like that, you have to give in to it. Otherwise, you'll end up not being able to stick to your diet.
I don't mind cheat meals or treat meals, whatever they call it, because I do that too. I feel like it is moderation, and it keeps your sanity in this day and age, especially like if you live in a city and you do a lot of socializing. It's unrealistic to think you could be 100%. So, don't put that, I would say, expectation on yourself to be 100% because you're going to set yourself up for failure. So, yeah, go ahead and indulge in that, piece of pie or that glass of wine, but just don't do it too much.
You know what I would be interested to know is somebody like you who's in the peak of fitness, do you have body image issues? Do you still see yourself as the heavy nurse or unhealthy nurse?
Okay, so I've kind of been through my ups and downs. I grew up as a skinny kid, and then I was skinny fat, then skinny fit, then I was fat. So I've kind of been all over the place. So I think we always have body issues. But the older I've gotten and the more I begin to love health and fitness, more for the health aspect versus looking at myself and doing it more for my body, more for the longevity of it, I would say, I actually begin loving myself now. Mm-hmm. Because years ago, in 2007, this is 10 years ago, I won Miss Bikini Universe. Wow. And I trained so hard to get there, and I won it, and I thought, wow, I'm done. I don't have to work out anymore. I don't have to eat healthy. I'm going to look like this forever, right? So I learned a valuable lesson. No, you can spiral out and lose and gain 25 pounds and not be that person. So after that, I vowed never to, live that lifestyle of all or nothing. You have to be consistent.
But you bring up a good point about working towards something.
Yes.
So whether it's a fitness competition or you have family pictures coming up, kind of working towards something and different little goals that you can achieve.
Always have a goal. Always. If you don't have anything to work towards, then like, what's the point, right? So I always set small goals. When I throw these little 30-day challenge groups, we just try to do the best we can in 30 days. You're going to have mess ups. You're going to have treat meals or cheat meals. Just do what you can in 30 days, right? And then we regroup and have another one. Maybe it's 14 days, it's a 2-week thing. So I just try to motivate people in small increments so we can get through the year. Yeah.
How important is an accountability partner, whether that be a trainer or a buddy?
Very important. I mean, even me as a health coach, I have to hire people that motivate me because I get sick of listening to my own stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, I need someone to inspire me too. So yeah, I go through bouts in my life where I have to hire somebody, or maybe my challenge group inspires me. Like I could have someone who lost 100 pounds and I'm in maintenance mode. I just have to keep it up, right? So watching someone lose 100 pounds, that's very, very motivating. I'm like, wow, I just have to keep it going,
Wow, this is very inspiring. We're absolutely going to have you back again. Why don't you give us your website one more time and how people can get a hold of you?
It's thehealthinista.com or my name, marciaprince.com.
Awesome. Well, you've been a great guest, and please come back.
Thank you for having me.
When we come back on the Jeff Crilley Show, a man who's making a name for himself in the real estate world and how you can join his team of winners. That's next on the Jeff Crilley Show.
You're listening to The Jeff Crilley Show on Talk Radio 1190.